Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 195 of the TTL Pod on this beautiful Hump Day midweek Wednesday of bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time here today, January the 5th in the year 2022. We got one hell of a show to bring to you today. If you got a case of the midweek blues, you soon will no longer. But before we can cure those for you, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL Pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from the crew. Or if you're watching on one of our social media platforms, make sure you hit that like button, that follow button there in addition so you never miss any of our additional social media content. Or if you are listening to the TTL Pod on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too if you have not already, as we do release the audio of every episode after each live show at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time is complete. Next item up on the docket, while you're watching today's show, if you can be so kind to do so, you can find it in your heart. Go ahead, hit that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. Maybe hit that share button too. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the globe as you, but you would refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cash and degenerate, because that's what we are here at the TTL Pod, and the TTL crew cannot thank you enough when you do all of those things, because it only helped us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you'll locate the talkingtheline.com website. Hell, you can just go there too. But you can also find the TTL Crew social platforms and all of our additional content in one convenient location so you can consume all of it however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, joining us for episode number 195 of the TTL Pod once again on this beautiful Wednesday of Bets, January 5th, 2022. I am your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colton Capping Colt Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my partner, get some picks, get some plays, insights, analysis, dive into some rabbit holes along the way, and who the hell knows what else might come along the path here, this proverbial podcast path. Now, we got one other guy that we need here in our presence to help us walk down that path, if you will. Maybe stop to gaze at a rose or two, or maybe a lily here or there, or maybe there's a couple of squirrels running up the tree down the path. I don't know. But I need my partner here walking down that path with me, that particular ticket cashing path that I see out there in the distance, Pay Window City. So without further ado, help me welcome him in. You know him around these parts as the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and folks, please do not ever forget, around these parts, he is the TTL's resident Southsider. I am the Northsider, obviously. Obviously. And he is the TTL's resident cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, I'm fantastic. That pay window is in sight tonight, and we'll chat about it in a second. But boy, oh boy, do we need a bounce back, and I do feel it on the horizon today, my friend. I'm doing fantastic over here. What about you?
Dude, I'm doing spectacular. You know how I am. No other way to be. Terrific, even if I got to shape my lips to say it. You know what? Let's just say fuck it and get it right out of the way.
Let's do it.
You mentioned it. A little bit of a wheel spinner, if you will, yesterday. We hate these days.
Sorry to cut you off. More like the Ferris Bueller at the end of the movie when they're trying to wheel spin the speedometer backwards to gain some miles back, and then it falls off the whatever the edge of that whatever house was. So just giving everyone a visual on that one.
100%. Yeah, big time. The books got us yesterday, no question about it. We'll talk about them. But we never hide them from you. In this game, we play this game of rambling and gambling. You're going to have days like this from time to time. The whole goal is to mitigate them as little as possible and also manage your bankroll, as we always talk about. So be who you can afford to be. You can get through days like this, have mind of goldfish, and then get right into the next day. But I'm not skipping around it. I promise I'm not throwing fluff words in here just to try and avoid it, because without further ado, now behind us, TTL Crew's best bets of the day from January the 4th in the year 2022. I apologize if you bet us all the way across the board. Myself and my partner combined, Colt and RMags go 2 and 6 on the day. Absolutely disgusting. Incredibly sorry, my friends. As for me, Akron Moneyline, I don't know why it was doing the movement it was doing if they were going to get clapped in that fashion. I also don't know what business Western Michigan had being as 2.5-point dogs if it was going to be in that fashion, especially after being double-digit dogs in multiple games prior. Made no sense, just reading lines, reading market, and obviously didn't work last night. Texas A&M clapped the dogs for 39 minutes of that game, and then came down to them having to hit a 3 to win by 2, so that really sucked. Hey, LSU, the one that I was right about. There you go. There you have it. That was
Tried
wonderful.
To mess around with that one, too.
Tried to mess around in the start of the second half and fuck us there, but glad they didn't. And then Providence. I'm not worried about Ed Cooley and the boys.
No.
I've tried to back Marquette and Shaka multiple times in that spot this year. We know what's happened. If you've been following us, it's one of those one-off games for Providence. Ed Cooley and the boys are going to come back. They're going to be fine, but 32 damn point loss. Ooh. Holy hell. Partner, I know you got a little extra to say. I'll let you have the floor to talk about your plays and whatever else you got to get off your chest here before we get on with it.
Yeah, a little bit about my plays. First of all, before I mention what you were kind of alluding to, Cavs -3. I still would probably play that play. The Grizzlies off a back-to-back against a really good defensive team. I think I'm going to make a statement and say pull the reins back on the Cavs a little bit. Losing Ricky Rubio, they still showed that they had. It was a close game. I mean, it wasn't like they got their ass kicked. But I don't think they're the wagon ATS and, even straight up at some points that they were, November and December. I think they can still cover some spreads, but I think maybe be a little tentative, see how the next week or two plays out with the Cavs before you start hammering any bets on them. But as far as college basketball, partner, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and I know this would not have, I'm not necessarily saying this about yesterday's plays or changing anything about today's plays necessarily, but we mentioned these home court advantages in college basketball, and right now, a lot of students around the country on Christmas break. 9 and 22 ATS were home teams in college basketball yesterday, partner. 9 and 22 ATS. And like I said, this would not have changed my pick, but Butler plus 3.5. I pop open that game. Again, it wasn't why I made this pick. It was like 60% capacity, one of the best home court advantages in the damn country. I'm like, what? What happened? Did they lose half their fan base? And I'm like, wait, it's still early January. Being out of college, I mentioned a couple weeks ago.
I was the one off in college. I always stayed around, so I would have been at a game like that. I always stayed at like the apartment or wherever I was living over the summer or winter break. I never really went home, maybe for like one of the days, but then I'd come right back. So you go back and you think about it, all the kids are gone. What the hell is it? Billy Sue and Bobby Joe down the corner, and they're going to bring Sally and cousin Jeff along with them too.
And I mentioned today, like, that doesn't make us say, oh, we got to take all the away teams today. That's not at all what I'm saying either. It's just, kind of take a microscope and maybe some of these, if you see a line that's looks like a home court team is being respected, maybe decide if it's, because of something else or because maybe you might think it's because of home court advantage. So I don't know, man. 9 and 22, though. What a brutal day for home ATS teams.
I like that you said that, actually, because I got two teams playing on the road today for two of my three best bets of the day that are playing a couple teams that I think are a little bit overvalued there on their home hardwood. And then I got one that's actually on their home hardwood that I really, really like.
Same, I got one and one.
In there.
Both
so
ways.
There you go. Oh, yeah, I like yours, too. That's on their home hardwood. So there you go. It's not just the crew, Moneyline Dice as well. Pacers Moneyline. Go Pacers! I shaved my head and painted it. Not good at all.
No.
The dice apologize, Mr. Kevin.
I think it was Keith.
Keith Wright Jr. I believe it was.
Either way, he was switching his pick though. So
no. He sat right in his chair and he gave the dice the middle finger right back. He said, "Dice, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Right. Clearly, they didn't because it didn't get to the pay window. Speaking of not getting to the pay window. Another ticket for the crew. I promise, Wednesday's going to be better. Just relax, everybody. It's okay. One of these days rolls around every once in a while in this game. Like I said, Rutgers, easy money cash, +4. I think the Fab vibe is out of Michigan, and for the time being, it'll come back some point in time, I think. I don't know, but Jiminy Christmas, that was crazy. I tried to tell you, partner, not smashing you or anything. I tried to tell you FSU. Not to say Wake Forest is a fucking wagon or anything, but FSU just is not that team on the road. No. I don't know why. So if anything, my friends, instead of, maybe other guys would toss up their picks and say, oh, shit, 1 and 4. Okay, see you later. Sorry, no, okay, we got to go back to the main screen. We're talking through each one of them in was this actually the wrong side? Yeah, in this spot, it was the wrong side. In this spot, no, it actually wasn't the wrong side. We just got fucking stiffed in this spot. Or, partner mentioned the home court advantage. We take the opportunity to do this as to we can all learn. We can become better bettors. We don't just throw it under the rug and say, let's fucking shoot at this bad boy again. I mean, we kind of do. Mind a goldfish, but a little bit different. Little value aspect for you, if you will.
Right, because look at the 2 for Tuesday parlay. 2 of those teams are 2 of, the team that covered in Florida State, that's 2 of the 9 teams that covered at home yesterday. Yeah. You look at Rutgers. Rutgers actually had a solid court advantage, but I think the 2 losing sides, the road teams, as opposed to just a nice home court advantage, those were just 2 teams that are really struggling on the road. And, kind of going back to one of my plays, that's one of the teams on the road that I'm fading against today, so.
100%. So there you go. There you have it. We'll never hide from it. The days are going to happen, but we ask you not to judge us by these days because we have so few. It's back to ticket cash, and it's back to running tickets straight to the pay motherfucking window. It's straight back to filling the bankroll with nothing but Benjamins. We have 5 best bets coming today. 2 from my partner, 3 from me. Then we got the Wednesday Warriors. So all in told, we will have 6 straight plays for you here within the next half hour to 45 minutes or so. And then we will also have the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off 3-legger banger featuring the Wednesday Warrior, one of RMags picks and one of my picks. We got that bad boy up to plus 572 odds last time I checked on that. So be sure you stay tuned, lock in all of those legs, get the little bit of extra juice here for the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. We'll recap all of Wednesday's best bets, yada, yada, yada. Then we'll bring in the Moneyline Dice. Actually, shout out the Moneyline Dice, getting a little bit of merch sent to the TTL crew.
Nice.
I might have mentioned I was going to be doing a little something. We had a little conversation. Shout out to our good friends over at the Moneyline Dice.
Let's go.
Maybe, maybe not. Soon, you know your hostess with the mostest that always has a lid perched on top of his dome.
Who's to say?
Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe we have some teas along there as well. Who knows what's coming along, what's going on, but maybe just so you know. But the Moneyline Dice are live on set, ready to rock and roll. You got to stick around today for the segment to actually find out who they're rolling with. But I will tell you, it's a CBB team that I bet on a lot. SoCon matchup. And I need to stay the hell away. Dice need to tell me what I need to do. Do you have something there, partner?
Oh, no. As far as hats are concerned, I think we got to be, if I'm ever being sent hats, we got to be real careful with my giant noggin over here so that I actually get a hat that I can, make the hat look nice as opposed to, I can make a hat. I'm one of a few people that makes a hat look real bad along with myself. So that's why you don't typically see too many hats on perched on my old dome over here. It's a big one.
Well, if you look funny, maybe it just does the almost exact same thing, More people stop by because they see this goofy old where they scrolling through the timeline and see this big old goofy head with a hat on it. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it'll bump up the ratings. What do you know? Who
I guess
knows
we'll give it a shot, maybe.
Hey, we'll see. Who knows?
Maybe.
As per usual, my friends, if you got anything, any questions about any games, anything in general we're not covering, drop them in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer it live on the show during any point in the show. We ain't got to wait. That's kind of the beauty of what we do here at the TTL Pod. Hell, it ain't even got to be about a show. It can be about the doggone about a doggone game. It can be about the show. It can be about my favorite color. It can be Mag's girlfriend's favorite color. It can be about whatever the hell you want it to be about. We want to connect with you. Jump on in the live chat. Probably don't ask that question. He don't fucking know right now. That's not good at all whatsoever. But hey, we'll gloss over that. Outside of that, you want anything answered from the crew, drop it in there. But for now, one final pit stop we must make before we get on into it. But before we do, partner, anything from your side of the screen? Any late breaking news, announcements? Hey, I'm going skydiving next week. Anything?
No.
You got to
definitely not that.
Okay,
definitely not that. We haven't talked about it, and we'll save it for the end of the show. Derrick Henry trying to make a playoff appearance here for the Titans.
Yes, he is.
Joe Mixon tested positive for COVID. Not sure as far as
damn you, COVID.
Yeah, he's going to be out on Sunday against the Browns, which I think they'll be fine. No Baker, and they need to lock up a win to keep their seeding. So we'll see how that plays out.
Fuck, the way Baker's playing, I almost like the Browns better without Baker, for crying out loud. Because Case Keenum can get it done. I mean,
I agree.
Jiminy Christmas.
I agree. Still a bad matchup, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, go Bengals. Cash that AFC North ticket, baby. Plus 230 about 4 weeks ago. Locked that 3 weeks ago. Locked that bad boy in. But we'll get into all of that second half of the show, talk some nonsense, yada, yada, yada. But for now, everyone, I ask that you grab your mugs and lift them in your hands. Time for the Daily Cheers. To me, to you over there, good sir, and all you beautiful people sipping the black elixir of the guys on this gorgeous Wednesday of bets. Take your sip. I'll be right back. Whoa! Boy. That's a 2-sipper. Sorry, folks. Whoa, maybe 3. Okay, holy shit. Episode number 195 of the TTL Pod. That is a hell of a cup of joe. What do you got, pal?
I just had a friend text me, would you be open to AB going to the pack? And I fucking...
Huh. That's interesting. Maybe...
Fuck no.
Nah, I mean, hey, I mean, not with the baggage, but the player Antonio Brown, most definitely, no question about it. But
for sure. But
we'll get into all of that in the second half of the show. Who knows? We'll definitely get into rabbit holes here throughout the first half. But for now, stop the nonsense, quit the drama, and cut the banter, you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL Pod for the Stone Cold Locks, picks, insights, analysis. Granted, diving into the occasional rabbit hole along the way, but most importantly, running tickets to the pay window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, my friends, it's time to get into the first segment of the day. RMags best bets of the day. I already told you he's got two coming at you. Both are located on the college basketball hardwood. I'm very interested as to what type of insights analysis he's got to drop down for us here today. So my friends, turn that volume way on up. Partner, let it rip. Let him have it. And as always, you have the floor.
Alrighty, my man. I appreciate you. So this one is going to be interesting. Caught this one at a different number. It has since moved up. I am talking about Texas Tech and Iowa State. This one is in Ames, Iowa. Iowa State home court. I caught this one at Texas Tech plus 2.5. I am fading the... I'm fading the public, I'm fading the money, but actually since this line has moved up, it has since moved to plus 4. I do believe that line movement may be because of Texas Tech's leading scorer, Terrence Shannon, could be out of this one. 14-point scorer, though, partner. They have three other guys. What's that? He is out for sure.
He's officially out, yeah.
Okay. So 14-point scorer. He's a good player. Actually, Chicago native. Shout out. Used to live in my old neck of the woods in Chicago. Nonetheless, he is out of here, but they do have three other guys that are double-digit scorers, and Terrence Shannon, 14-point scorer. He's a really good player, but not like he's a 20-point scorer, and their offense solely relies on him. I actually think the ball could be moving around a little bit nicer on offense here. But the defenses for these teams have been the story so far, partner, both in the top 10 of adjusted defensive efficiency. And as far as AOE, adjusted offensive efficiency, you got Texas Tech 44 and Iowa State all the way down at 133. So I actually think, with Terrence Shannon and even without, I think Texas Tech is as good, if not better, than Iowa State. And I think we're going to see some big regression from Iowa State coming here. Iowa State's coming in as the number 11 team in the country, despite being ranked 39th on KenPom. Texas Tech 25th in the nation, ranked a little bit better than that as far as KenPom as well. So Texas Tech, according to KenPom, is actually the better team. But I mentioned defensively here. Turnovers per possession, on offense have been bad for Texas Tech this year. That is one thing I'm seeing people pick off a lot. They're 238th in the country in turnovers per possession. I think we're going to see some positive regression as far as that is concerned. They've been sloppy. They were 32nd in the country last year, partner. So this is a massive drop-off for a pretty similar team. And so I think they're going to clean it up. And, as it started here, this is their first Big 12 game, I do believe, unless they played one earlier on in the month. But as far as the last 5 games, they have not played any Big 12 opponents. So I'm counting this as their Big 12 kickoff here, but I do believe they do have the rebounding advantage as well, even without Terrence Shannon here. He is a kind of a small forward type player. 76 defensively rebounds per game is Texas Tech, 27th on offense. So really good offensive rebounding team. Compare that to Iowa State, 176 on defense, 123 on offense. So I really think they actually have a nice matchup here, but I'm really picking off on some big regression here. I kept seeing a lot of people say, no, they've outshot a lot of these teams that they've beaten. But with this team that they have, I think that's part of the regression that I'm picking off here is going to be some shooting regression starting here in their Big 12. Coming off of a tough loss to Baylor, that is a hard-fought loss, 5-point loss to Baylor on their home court just a few days ago. But as far as being I don't see it as much of a bounce-back spot because that was, they were losing by double digits a lot in that game, kind of made a scrappy late push, and I see that as kind of a hard-fought, maybe a little fatigue in this one coming up against another really tough Texas Tech opponent. And Texas Tech has not been tested the last couple games. They've had a couple nice bye games, got some nice 20, 30-point wins, so they're kind of cruising right now. But the other big thing, partner, Texas Tech has won and covered the last 5 meetings between these two teams and has won each of the last 4 meetings by at least 20 points. They have dominated this matchup over the last 5 years, and it hasn't been even remotely close. So I'm not saying they kick them in the teeth by 20 again tonight. I'm not saying that, but I do think they have a chance to get the outright win. Love the +4 now that it's moved up to there, and it's actually getting a nice chunk of money coming in on that +4 movement here, partner. It was a lot of right around 60% bets and money coming in on Iowa State before that movement. Now I'm seeing 69% of money over there on, despite only 47% of bets. So still public side as far as bet percentages, Iowa State, but the big money splits coming in on Texas Tech now. So I do like that +4. I'm happy with my +2.5 as much as I'd obviously wish I would have waited and caught the +4. So Texas Tech +2.5, +4. I'm happy with that movement. Is my first best bet of the day. I'll lay down some trends to finish it out here. Texas Tech 5-1 ATS last 6 following an ATS loss. And Iowa State 4-9 last 13 as a favorite and as a home favorite. So I'm not exactly sure if all those 13s are all at home as a favorite or not, but either way, last 13 as a favorite, 4-9. Last 13 as a home favorite, 4-9 ATS. 1-3-1 ATS last 5 following a straight-up loss, and 3-10 last 13 on Wednesday, my friend. So I'm going with the Red Raiders on this one. If you're concerned about the line movement, you think Iowa State is a wagon, I totally understand, but I'm happy taking the points here with the Red Raiders.
I hear you. But I'm not backing you.
I can get it.
I'm going to stay out of this one. Iowa State was actually a side I wanted to play. Saw the movement up to 4. I said I'd probably make this about 3.5, 4 when I was originally taking it. And then I looked at it and I saw, oh my gosh, it's up to 4. I don't see the value that it had at 2.5. So I'm going to stay out of it for that reason. You mentioned that Baylor game. I do think it's a little bit of a bounce back spot here. Maybe all of the things you're saying do come to fruition come January the 18th, where they play Texas Tech again at Texas Tech. A lot of that shit happens. Coming very soon around the corner. It's only but a couple days away, about a week and a half. So I think they get the job done here on their home hardwood, and then Texas Tech, everything happens. But that's my humble opinion. What the hell do I know? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them and they stink. So if you're going to smell one, Mags, you might as well fucking smell your own. There you go. His first best bet of the day. The Texas Tech Red Raiders now at +4. We caught it at +2.5. Be cautious if you're backing him. Smash in the +4. Outside of that, all there is for RMags' first best bet of the day. He's only got 2, so partner, carry on, good sir.
Alrighty, I appreciate you. Moving on to number 2, going to the SEC, going Alabama at Florida. And this is one that I was talking about as far as fading the team on the road that hasn't been tested too much, and in the small sample size that they've had, they've struggled, and that is Alabama. I'm taking Florida -2. Seeing -1.5, 2 in certain spots here. Money splits 50-50 as far as bet percentage, and 60% of money over there on Alabama. I do like Florida in this spot. Their defense matches up really well with Alabama. Florida 30th ADE, adjusted defensive efficiency per KenPom. But I think the tempo, they're kind of a middle-of-the-pack team tempo-wise, partner. Florida is 138, but Bama is 30th. I think Florida slows it down to their middle-of-the-pack type tempo. Not going to be a high-flying game. Because Alabama's defense has not traveled on the road at all, partner. I mentioned this is kind of basically their second true road game. Had a handful of games in some neutral site games that they kind of a mixed bag of what you get. That was a neutral site game that they lost to Iona, but their one true road game was a 14-point loss to Memphis just a few short weeks ago, and a Memphis team that was struggling at the time and has since been a little shaky as well still. So I'm thinking Bama is going to continue their struggles on the road here as SEC play gets going. Turnovers, though, is one thing that I do think is going to be a big factor here. Contrary to what I talked about in my last analysis, I think this is a pretty accurate of what this team is. Alabama is 172nd in the country offensively, turning the ball over per possession. Florida is 15th defensively in forcing turnovers per possession. So I think that looms pretty large here in this one. But really, this Alabama defense especially has not traveled at all on the road at all. That's where their defense has been getting gashed. You catch them at home. I mean, we both like, obviously, you like Alabama. Roll Tide. But I like Alabama at home. I think they're going to be a really good team. They might get some of these struggles on the road figured out eventually as SEC play continues here. But I don't think it's this spot here. Last couple of trends to kind of narrate that a little bit. Florida 7-3 ATS last 10 home games. That is all this year. They've been really solid to the number at home this year. On their flip side, they're a team that's actually struggled pretty much on the road here this season as well. But Bama 3-7 ATS their last 10 road games. So that's going back into last year. Pretty similar team. Obviously same coach. So only 0-1 on the spread against the road this season in that Memphis game, and Florida has won 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two teams. Pardon me. So for my second best bet of the day, I'm going to the Gators -2. Can't get my words out right as I'm finishing this one up, but give me the Gators -2 for my last best bet of the day, partner.
2 things. Appreciate you mentioning my love of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Roll damn Tide, as per usual. And number 2, I think you're on the right side. So if you ever see me back in the opposite side of Alabama when I am that much of a staunch Alabama fan, I suggest you take that side too. The Bama, the Tide are dogs for a reason. That 3-point shooting game has looked pretty abysmal here as of late. The Gators are really good at defending the 3-ball, so I see that kind of being the key to their struggle here today, just not really, and they don't match up really well in the paint either. So I don't want to say it's going to be a beatdown, but I think Florida's going to take care of this number, no problem. Yeah. I hate to say that. My boys are going to come around some point in time. Nate Oates, my cousin Vinny, CC, John Rothstein, everything in between. You know how we get down here at the TTL Pod, but yeah, I think you're on the right side, partner. Your second and final best bet of the day, this beautiful Wednesday of bets. Florida Gators -2. Anything else you need to deliberate about, banter about, lay out, lay down in regards to your best bets of the day?
Yeah, only thing I didn't mention was another one of these examples that I like to do, and you as well in certain spots, a ranked team coming in as an underdog against an unranked team that the public perceives. The ranked team, obviously, is going to be much better. So that's my last final point on that one.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, good sir. Appreciate you and your picks as per usual. Let's keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the track. Second segment of the day, my best bets of the day. All right. If you know me on a Wednesday, especially during this time of the year, it's conference season and mid-major conference season. Yeah. You know my favorite mid-major conference, the SoCon, baby. I got 2 plays coming out of the SoCon, and then I got 1 matchup coming out of the ACC. So stay tuned for the ACC matchup. It's the last one. We're going to take care of the SoCon first. First matchup, I am going to mis compadres. I'm going to the matchup between the Chattanooga Mocs and the Wofford Terriers. And if you know me, you know where I'm going without even saying anything. We're going to the Chattanooga Mocs, but on the money line. I don't know if this line's going to stay where it's at, if it's going to flip, if it's going to move. I got no idea. Just take them on the money line. A couple of key things here to kick things off. Terriers are, point blank period, being overvalued on their home hardwood. The number 108 ranked per KenPom Terriers. 244th in home court advantage per KenPom. Once again, partner, you mentioned it at the top of the show. Home teams yesterday just not getting the job done, being extremely overvalued. Now, so far on the season, Wofford is 5-2 straight up on their home hardwood, but they're 3-2 against the number. You say, how does that work? The math doesn't add up there. Oh, well, let me tell you. They played Bob Jones University. Whoa, shit, that's powerhouse. Hey, Erskine University, oh shit, that's powerhouse too. Hampton, Georgia Southern, Richmond, Kennesaw State, and VMI. Richmond and VMI being probably the only 2 that I really fear out of all of those teams. They've done well against the bad teams, and they have struggled against the good teams. And my friends, the Chattanooga Moccasins are not a good team. They are a great team. They are the 81st ranked team per KenPom. They are 5-2 straight up as well on the road, 4-3 against the number. Holy shit, that math adds up. They're battle tested. They played LMU, VCU, Tennessee Tech, Lipscomb, UNC Asheville, who is a hell of a mid-major team on their home hardwood. Finally got partner to start buying into that as well. Belmont and Murray State. They have played some damn good teams, and they have taken care of business. I see this coming down to a few key things. Number one, the Mocs offense is going to be way too much for the Terriers defense to handle. Chattanooga's averaging 78.1 points per game. They're 29th in AOE, 59th in effective field goal percentage, 61st in 2-point percentage, 102nd in 3-point percentage, and they're 7th on the offensive glass. All those stats per KenPom as always. Whereas the Terriers' defense only allowing 65.5 points per game, but I just mentioned a handful of those lackluster teams that they've played. I think we see some aggression here against a team that can actually score the rock in the Moccasins because Wofford is 154th in ADE. Outside of the top 300, 327th in opponent effective field goal, 299th in 2-point percentage, 329th 3-point percentage, and 67th on the defensive glass. Once again, all per KenPom. Shout out Ken Pomeroy. Also, speaking of shitty defense, opposite side of the coin, Mocs don't really have a shitty defense. I think they have plenty of defense to shut down whatever the Terriers want to throw at them. Only allowing 62.1 points per game, 167th in ADE, but 136th in opponent effective field goal, 201st in 2-point percentage, but 76th in 3-point percentage where Wofford tries to make their money. I think Chattanooga slows this game way down. The Terriers aren't boat racing anybody by any means, 296th in tempo. Neither is Chattanooga, but I think they slow it down because they're slower. 344th in tempo. I think they control both sides of the ball. They win this game. They go at their pace, and this is a nice, easy cash for us on the money line. Last but certainly not least, a couple of key things you need to know about because we are finally getting into that conference time of the year. Chattanooga leads the SoCon in AOE, adjusted offensive efficiency, ADE, offensive turnover percentage, offensive rebounding percentage, opponent effective field goal percentage, 2-point percentage allowed, 3-point percentage allowed, block percentage on defense, and they're second in defensive rebounding percentage. 8 categories that they lead in the SoCon on offense and defensive side of the ball, and 1 that they hold the second position. That's almost every single category you can possibly have per KenPom. The Mocs are the shit. I love them. I don't think that this is a setup spot whatsoever. This is not a homer pick. They are a damn good team. They continue to be good. But you don't believe me? Believe the trends. Chattanooga, 7-3 ATS last 10 versus a SoCon opponent. 4-1 ATS last 5 as a favorite. 15-5 ATS last 20 Wednesday games. And 35-16 last 51 on the road against the number. They're also 21-9 ATS last 30 road games versus a team with a winning home record. Did you know the Terriers are 1-4 ATS their last 5 versus a team with a winning road record? 2-5 ATS last 7 as a home dog, and 2-8 ATS their last 10 Wednesday games. Not to mention the Mocs are 5-0 ATS their last 5 meetings in Wofford. When it's a pick'em, +1, plus minus a half, wherever it's going to be, you don't really have to worry about taking the spread like that. The trends speak for themselves. Take the money line. Don't worry about the flips or anything like that. Stick with the solid value. Take the Chattanooga Mocs. Back me for my first best bet of the day. There you go. Lock it in. That's my play.
I love it. I don't have too much to add on this one, partner. I like this one a lot, actually. The SoCon is your avenue, and
love
I
love them.
I back you in certain spots, and it's been a good spot to back. And Chattanooga in this spot, I think, is the one right here.
100%. Wofford just being a little bit overvalued at home, and I think that's kind of the theme of the day. Not to say that's going to be another 2-19 performance, but
right.
It's going to be, it's a little something. So there you go. There you have it. Much like you enjoy your SWAC, your Southwestern Athletic Conference, I enjoy my Southern Conference, a little SoCon action.
Yeah, SoCon actually is pretty respectable. No disrespect to my SWAC. The SWAC is just a nice dumpster fire conference.
They're just good,
I love, honestly.
Good conference to be able to fade. Like, you see a team playing them like, holy shit, that's only single digits. This fucking Prairie View A&M is going to lose by 50 right now. Like, absolutely love your motivation there. But SoCon betting, looking for a little bit of undervalue. So speaking of undervalue, second best bet of the day. VMI, that is the Virginia Military Institute. Keydets going up against the ETSU, that's the East Tennessee State University Buccaneers. We're going with the Keydets, +2.5. This bad boy was at +3.5 last night. I tracked it, said, I think we're going to beat the market. I'm going to see what's going to happen here. I'm okay with it at 2.5. I think they should be favored, so we're hammering it in at 2.5. I think ETSU, the only reason they're being favored is because this is their home hardwood, and they are being overvalued. 232nd per KenPom in home court advantage, my friends. They might be 4-1 straight up, partner, but they are 1-2 against the number. Wow, that math doesn't add up once again. Well, let me tell you who they've played at home. South Carolina Upstate. Lease McRae University. Who?
Lease.
Lenore Wren University. Morehead State. Okay, I respect a little bit. And North Carolina A&T. One team I respect out of all of the games they've played at home. I think we see some serious regression against a battle-tested VMI team. 3-4 straight up on the road. I'll admit, not the best straight up on the road, but 4-2-1 against the number. They played a great Presbyterian team on the road. We got burned by Presbyterian on their home hardwood this year. Marist on the road. Great home team. University of New Orleans, I apologize. They did win that game, but still a solid damn team. Portland, when the Pilots were playing damn good at the beginning of the year, they won in Portland. They beat Seattle when Seattle was a wagon in Seattle.
Goodness.
They lost to Wake Forest, but only by that much in Wake Forest. And they beat the Wofford team that I just talked about on the road. So they are battle-tested, my friends. I don't think they're going to have any problem with this ETSU team. Matter of fact, they're probably laughing right now on the bus ride over there. As a matter of fact, they're going to their chemistry class right now, fucking laughing at about how bad they're about to whoop the ETSU Buccaneers ass tonight. And they're going to get on that bus and they're just going to be jolly all the way over there, sweep in a nice 20-point win as 2.5-point underdogs. But you don't believe me. There are some key stats here. Honestly, ETSU is just not going to be able to keep up offensively. They were an offensive powerhouse last year. They're just not the same. Only averaging 69.6 points per game compared to VMI's 79.2, so almost 10 whole points worse. 128th in AOE for ETSU, 185th in effective field goal, 197th in 2-point percentage, and they are 156th in 3-point percentage. Simple comparison to VMI, and you see the edge. 122nd in AOE for the Keydets, 68th, though, in effective field goal, 85th in 2-point percentage, and 87th in 3-point percentage. So very solid edge there. I also think we have a solid edge on the defensive side of the ball with the Keydets, only allowing 66.3 points per game. They're 85th in opponent effective field goal percentage, 158th in 2-point percentage, and 60th in opponent 3-point percentage. All per KenPom as per usual. I think VMI speeds ETSU up a little bit more than they're used to and kind of gets them off their game. ETSU 287th. They like to play a slower pace, where the Keydets like to get out, run, and gun, and shoot at will. 173rd in the nation in tempo. And if anybody's coughing up the rock, you know me and my hustle stats of 150% in conference games. Turnovers matter. Turnovers are going to matter, and if anybody's coughing up the rock, it is not going to be the Keydets. They are 116th in offensive turnover percentage, so not the greatest, but the Buccaneers are 239th in offensive turnover percentage, so 100 points worse. I'll back the VMI Keydets to win the turnover battle as well. You don't believe me on all that nonsense, just believe the trends. Keydets, 6-0 ATS, last 6 overall. 5-0 ATS, last 5 as a puppy dog. 4-0 ATS, last 4 on the road. You combine the last 2, they're 4-0 ATS, their last 4 as a road dog. They're 6-1-1 against the number. Their last 8 games played on miércoles, that is Wednesday for you non-Spanish speakers out there. Lunes, martes, miércoles. Yes, that's correct. I wanted to make sure I was speaking Spanish correctly. VMI 5-2 ATS, last 7 games versus a SoCon opponent. ETSU 2-5 ATS, last 7 overall. 1-5 ATS, last 6 versus SoCon opponent. And 1-5 ATS, last 6 home games. Don't buy the overvalued Bucks at home. Take all the points the books are willing to give you with the Keydets. For my second best bet of the day, VMI plus 2.5.
I do like this one a lot, partner. If I'm being totally honest, I can't really add anything for you.
Let me bring it back in.
Oh, my bad. Or your bad.
My bad.
Yeah. I don't know why I said my bad, but I do like that one. I guess my bad as far as, I don't know. I don't know. I like that one. I locked it in at the 2.5. Well, ETSU is just struggling right now, dude. That's one thing that I really like. Just struggling bad, and VMI is picking up some steam right now.
Big time. So, I appreciate you. There's a lot of key shit in there, and I just think that I think VMI wins this game outright, and if they're willing to give me some points, I'll take that extra cushion all day of the week. So, there you go. There you have it. 2 teams, I think, in the SoCon that are being overvalued on their home hardwood. How about my third and final best bet of the day, a team in the ACC that I don't think is being overvalued on their home hardwood. We're going to the matchup between the Syracuse Orange and the Miami... Well, that ain't right. It's Miami. The U Hurricanes. We're taking the Hurricanes on the money line. Minus 130 is what I caught it at. I think it's ticked up a little bit across the market, which I like. Wouldn't take it much over 150. Just a little bit too much chalk to eat in that realm. I think I would be okay with laying it at that point in time on the spread if it does get up to that. But just in case any nonsense happen, I will tell you some trends you guys will probably like in order to back the spread if it does go up to 2.5, 3. But I like the money line just in case any nonsense pushing out happens. But I do love Miami to get the job done here, no question. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But one thing here is I'm kind of fading Syracuse. They've been really inconsistent so far. 7-6 straight up, 5-8 ATS, and they've only played 2 games on the road. They're 1-1 straight up and against the numbers. So the books really don't know how to value them on the road right now. And I think there's a really key reason as to why they're an underdog. I think the books know that they're going to lose, but they just don't know by how much. They have just really been scuffling overall, and they just don't know really how to value them when they are away from their home hardwood right now. Maybe even on their home hardwood, because they are coming off of a brutal loss to Virginia at home. So who knows? Maybe the old Orange Boeheim's boys, literally and figuratively, are about to go on just a little bit of a slide here. I think it's definitely going to continue against this Miami team because, yeah, they've been scuffling against the number. They're not the greatest, but if there's one damn thing that they can do, it's defend their home hardwood, and they have been winning straight up left, right, and center. 7-1 straight up on their home court, 4-4 against the number. So that's why I give me a little bit of pause on the -2, -1, whatever, but I think they get this done. 104th in the nation, home court advantage per KenPom. This one kind of sticks. I don't know all too many kids that go to the University of Miami that would leave the University of Miami during that time of the year. So kind of sticks around and go back into snowy, wintry weather. Doesn't make a whole lot of too much sense. So This one does stick throughout the year. I think this game is going to be an absolutely electric sweat, my friends. We're going to be going back and forth the whole time, but I do think Miami knocks down a few more key buckets in crunch time, allows them to pull away. 48th in effective field goal for the Hurricanes, 72nd in effective field goal for the Orange. Also think Miami wins the turnover battle. They're 13th in turnovers on the offensive side of the ball and 172nd on defense in turnover percentage as well per KenPom, where Syracuse is 54th offensively and 193rd defensively. Last but certainly not least, Miami has proven themselves so far in the ACC in conference play. First in AOE, first in effective field goal, and first in turnover percentage. 3 stats you know I absolutely love, and I think the offense is going to loom heavy here today. It's going to be an offensive type of game. It's going to be that style of game. It's going to be a back and forth. Strap in. You better have your eyes peeled, ready to rock and roll, because I think everybody's going to be raining in buckets this whole time. Miami gets it done, but they probably don't pull away till the very end. So get your nitroglycerin pills ready, kids. This one's going to get a little fucking weird. But if you don't believe me, simply believe the trends. Miami 5-0 straight up their last 5 overall. 6-0 straight up their last 6 home games. 6-0 ATS last 6 versus an ACC opponent. Syracuse 1-4 ATS last 5 overall, and 2-7 ATS last 9 on the road. I think that Miami has no problem handling this game outright. They've been able to, like I said, protect their home hardwood, time in and time out this year. 7-1. They've already had their hiccup. It's not like it's 7-0 and like, oh, Colt, that hiccup's coming. They've already had the hiccup. They're getting back on the streak again. I absolutely love it. 6-0. Tonight it becomes 7-0, their last 7 home games. Back to Miami Hurricanes, my third and final best bet of the day.
I think you're on the right side, dude. I am staying away from this one. I need a break from Syracuse basketball, if I'm being totally honest from you.
I took a break.
Yeah, not trying to combat you on any of the things you said. I do not have any issues or oppositions to anything. I just need a break from betting on Syracuse basketball games because there were some certain spots that are profitable and not profitable, but I do think you're on the right side of this one, but I'll sit on the sidelines for you.
100%. I took a break from betting Syracuse as you kind of continued to hammer on a few times, and now I think it's time I get back in the boat. I really like this spot.
And honestly, Miami, I think I just have a weird taste of Miami, but it would, you know, I just need to stay away for your sake, I think, because like I keep betting against Miami in certain spots like this,
and they burn you,
and then they just take care of business. They just take care of business, and I don't get it. So it's all you. I like it though.
All right, there you go. There you have it. I absolutely love Miami. Just been keeping tabs on them, and they're not worth a damn anywhere but their home court, and that's why I absolutely love it. They just show up and show out, regardless of how many people are in the stands. So there you go. There you have it. All of my best bets of the day. Let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. Third segment of the day, the Wednesday Warrior and the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. Let me get a little extra Burt's Bees here. Little cucumber mint, if you will. I mean, fucking gas. I'm talking you dump this shit on a fire, son of a bitch might just turn into a full-blown enrager.
Okay. You ever done that type of experiment?
This shit's fire. Oh yeah, plenty of times. You got to remember. You got to remember, Bob.
I'm legitimately curious as far because I've done some goofy shit like that. As far as this specifically, I've never heard of
putting
any?
chapstick on a fire?
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I have no idea.
Okay.
It's just fucking fire. It's fucking gas.
Okay.
It's some of the best chapstick
I thought
I've
you were
ever
being
had in my
serious.
life.
Like,
No,
I
it's
used to
cold.
fuck around, do goofy shit. I don't know.
Well, no, I used to put gasoline on fires. Don't ever do that, kids. Like, don't. Okay, quick PSA before we get into special plays of the day. Don't be fucking camping and have your fucking gasoline or your shit or whatever the fuck you got. Oh, I'm gonna stand over the fire and dump some shit on there. All it's going to do is go right back in that motherfucker. It's going to light. You're going to freak out. You're going to throw the son of a bitch, and then fire is going to go everywhere. So just don't do it. Don't
have a
do
story.
it.
Not,
Use diesel fuel.
Not that I
Diesel
did it.
fuel.
I have a story that's very, very similar to that. Almost burned down. My buddy almost burned down all of our Country Thunder, like 5 camper campsite because of doing some goofy stuff like that, dude.
Yeah,
I might not be sitting here today if I'm being totally honest with you.
Hey, I actually got a good fire story for the second half of the show.
We'll save it because this story is actually really funny.
Yeah, I got a good one too. So we'll save it. Second half of the show. Hey, you never know. Rabbit holes, my friend. Stick around the second half of the show to hear a couple of fire stories from yours truly and Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. But we continue to roll on with the first half of the show. We get into the Wednesday Warrior first things first. Now, my friends, typically you know the Wednesday Warrior as a team that is an absolute warrior, beast, dog, monster against the number, or maybe straight up in some cases. Who knows? This one this week is not particularly in this spot, maybe as a road team or as an away team, but in this spot against the team they're playing, they are an absolute warrior. They are incredibly undervalued today. And let me tell you who we're taking. We're taking the Bowling Green University Falcons plus 8.5. Might be moving around. Saw it lose the hook on a couple books down to plus 8. A couple key reasons here. Buffalo is missing 2 of their top point scorers, and number 1 is Josh Mbala, averaging 15.2 points per game, about 8.5 rebounds a game. So that's a huge hit. Trayvon Fagan also out. 5 rebounds a game, about 6 points per game as well. So just another, even though Trayvon doesn't average a bunch of points, he is a guy that comes in there and can definitely eat up some minutes. So plays some solid defense. Definitely 2 guys that they need to find some success on both sides of the ball, and they are already without them. This game is not until 7 or 6 o'clock tonight, Central Time, and they've both already been ruled out. I said that Bowling Green is really good in this spot against this team. You're damn right, my friends. In the last 9 matchups here, Bowling Green is 6-3 against the number overall. The last time that they were an 8.5-point dog, just about 2 years ago. That's fucking wild to say that. 2019 was, or about 3 years ago. Holy shit. Yeah, 2019. It's 2022.
Goodness.
That's weird to fucking say. Last time they were 8.5-point dogs against the same Buffalo team. Just about almost exact same squads. The seniors are getting right around there. 92-88, the Falcons won that game outright. Not a whole lot else. I got a couple of key trends before I kick it over to you, partner. Buffalo 1-4 ATS in the last 5 as a favorite. They tend to kind of be overvalued just across the board when they are in this favorite spot. The Falcons, nothing great you can really write home about them. Like I said, they're not a very good team overall. But when it comes to value here today and in this spot, they are a warrior. Nothing else I got to add on top of that part, or anything else you got there for our WW play of the day, the BGSU Falcons plus 8.5.
Only a couple things. 3-2 ATS to the number as an underdog this season, and some big money monetary liability coming in on Buffalo. 69% of bets, but 98% of money coming in on Buffalo. And you said it, partner. Sticking right at either 8.5 or dropping to that plus 8. So getting easier for them to cover in a couple books, or just staying pat right at 8.5. So I think we are on the right side with this one tonight.
Absolutely love it. Just kind of did a quick scroll as you were talking there, listening to your additional stats. You mentioned as a dog there for Bowling Green. Buffalo as a 7.5 to 9.5 point favorite this year so far, my friends. 0-1 against that number, that set of spread there. So a little bit of extra nonsense you might not find anywhere else. So there you go, Wednesday Warrior, Bowling Green Falcons plus 8.5. All right, not going to have any more additional analysis here. Just going to dish this bad boy out. You know, we like to give you a little extra juice. We all like to sweat out a parlay from time to time. We're not just going to give you 6 straight plays that you're just, now granted, be who you can afford to be. bankroll management, straight plays, unit system. We preach it all the time. It's the only way to truly get ahead in this racket, and the whole point of it is not to sit around and bitch that we kept falling into the same old traps, but that we actually started to build our bankrolls. One thing that both me and RMags are proud to say that we have been able to do, and we want you guys to be able to do the same damn thing. So, without further ado, got a little extra juice for you after you lock in all 6 of those bad boys straight up. We're hammering in for the Parlay Pop-Off. Obviously, we got the Wednesday Warrior on there, the Bowling Green University, Bowling Green BGSU. Is it Bowling Green State? Bowling Green State University? I don't know what
it's BGSU, but it's Bowling Green. I don't
know what the S is in
dude.
there. Either way, we're taking the Falcons plus 8.5. Then, we take one of Mag's plays. We're taking the Florida Gators -2 for that second leg. And then for the third leg, we take one of my plays, and we're taking the Chattanooga Mocs on the money line. You parlay all 3 of those bad boys up, you're getting plus 572 odds. Obviously, a $10 bet's going to win you 57.20, 67.20 all in total. Get your wager back as well. Lock that bad boy in. Let's get it to the pay window. Now, if you missed any of our aforementioned plays, partner, anything else you got to say in relation to Wednesday Warrior, Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off? I wish you did, because I just got a quick little something I got to do here. So anything else you got to say?
Sure, I got it. 3-1. I mentioned 3-2 ATS, our Bowling Green Falcons, as a dog. One of those failed covers was as a over 15-point dog cover. Ooh. So against the big boy team, I don't know exactly what it was. I just saw that it was a 15-point failed cover or 15-plus failed cover. Mm-hmm. So 3-1 ATS as a dog when it's under 5 points.
You don't say. All right.
So even more of a warrior.
Thank you for your additional insights, your bit of filler, if you will. But my friends, I kindly ask you to now rip out your sports books, pull out your paper and your pens or your pencils if you're a mistake-prone human being. I don't know. Or whatever mode, method, or means you utilize to take stock of the TTL Crew's best bets of the day, because as I bring my partner back on in the screen, it is time to recap all of mine and the legendary RMags Riley Magnuson's best bets of the day for this beautiful Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. If you would so kindly turn your attention all the way above us, top left portion of your screen, you see RMags picks. 2 of them coming at you, both in bright orange lettering. He's taking the Florida Gators -2 and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Caught it at plus 2.5 is okay with the line movement up to 4. But be careful. Left side of your screen. I'm sorry, that is the left side of your screen. We're going to the right side of your screen now. Top right portion up there, you see my 3 best bets of the day. 2 coming from the SoCon. We're taking the Chattanooga Mocs on the money line and the VMI Keydets plus 2.5. And then going to the ACC, taking the Miami Hurricanes on the money line on their home hardwood, live from their home hardwood right now. Speaking of, look right above us. You see the Wednesday Warrior, one of our favorite special plays because we typically have a damn good eye for the Warriors. And here we believe we do. We're taking the Bowling Green Falcons plus 8.5. And then directly to the opposite side of that, you see the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. Little extra juice. Everybody needs a parlay in their life. But again, be who you can afford to be. Quarter unit, half unit, whatever it is. Do not bankrupt yourself playing special plays. But lock in the Bowling Green Falcons plus 8.5. The Wednesday Warrior. Florida -2. The Florida Gators -2, one of Mag's plays, and the Chattanooga Mocs on the money line, my play, for grand total odds at plus 570, maybe even a little higher. Who knows what's going on, but definitely a 5-1 odds payout. I see 5, 6, 7 best bets. Well, we'll say 6 best bets and 1 special play primed to make it to the pay window. But before they can and we can bankrupt every single damn sports book on this here sports betting market, we need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL Crew best bets of the day that are primed for ticket cashing into whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
I love it, dude. I asked you yesterday, what is the name of Miami Hurricanes basketball court? Either know it or you don't. This is a tough one. I didn't know this one.
Smoothie King Stadium?
Nah, it's no sponsor. This is a tough one.
Oof.
Watsco Center. Yeah,
Watsco
trying to make us all smarter here. Know our arena names, because I did not know this one, actually. The Watsco.
Hey,
Watsco.
And with the couple of fucking goobers we are, dude, you never know that if, maybe I'll bring us over here, you see us a little bit, there we go. The couple of goobers we are, you never know, we talk about something that gets us into a Jersey Mike's rabbit hole. I didn't end up going to Jersey Mike's yesterday, thank goodness. I got enough willpower and self-control. Yeah. Maybe we'll knock it off the list here very soon, no idea, but there you go, there you have it. Okay, the West Coast Center, what does that stand for?
Watsco.
Watsco. W-A-T-S-C-O.
I have no idea. I usually am pretty good with my, especially the big boy conference names or conference stadium names, but I did not know this one. I imagine this is a name after somebody.
I would have to imagine the same. All right. Well, let's keep it moving, keep it grooving, building this proverbial podcast Sunday till it's all ready to consume for the rest of the people that didn't tune in live. Right next to our heads now, if you are watching the video version, Moneyline Dice roll of the day. Sit/WQ. What in the hell could that possibly mean? I'm glad you asked, because we are the guys to tell you. It's the Moneyline Dice roll of the day. The Citadel Bulldogs going up against the Western Carolina Catamounts. If you followed me last year, you knew that the Citadel Bulldogs were an absolute wagon for us. You follow me into this year, you know the Citadel Bulldogs are the exact opposite of that. They are not doing the same thing. They are absolutely disgusting.
Sorry for your
I don't
loss.
know. Oh boy, it is bad. Bad. Now, I don't know. I mentioned this to you, partner. I don't know if this is just me hating the Citadel for what they have done to me this year and the money that they have cost me after what the glorious season that they gave me last year. Mm-hmm. But I really like Western Carolina in this spot. But I feel like it's just the time, as I did early on in the season, that I feel like I'm going to back Western Carolina. I'm going to get kicked square in the damn mouth. And I just don't feel like doing either one of those things. So we leave it up to the dice. Now, I don't know exactly where this game's being played at. I'm not sure who's the favorite and who's the dog at this point in time. Maybe even the money line, because I know this was damn near a pick-em at one point in time. We also need to know a little bit about the total, and once you tell us all that, partner, I'll have the dice ready to rock in, no pun intended, roll for the day.
Alrighty, my man. Citadel is on the road in this one at Western Carolina, and the old Catamounts are the favorite. Short favorite now, -1.5, partner. Citadel plus 1.5. Plus 100 Citadel on the money line, -120 for Western Carolina, and a big old total. This might be a fun one to watch. 155.5 is the total. That is a big one. I'll do some checking. Might be the biggest total of the damn day. No, it is not, actually. Bowling Green Buffalo, 161. That might be
yeehaw, baby. Max Schoen. Let's go.
But that is what the story is. I can get you some money splits here. Weird money splits, actually. 82% of bets on Western Carolina. 91% of money on the Citadel. So the public and the big boy bettors are differing on this one. I do not know. As much as you do not know, I do not know who is the right side in this one. Hopefully the dice do.
Yeah, I haven't a clue in the slightest, my friend. 99.999% of the time, I would go to the Citadel. But right now, for some reason, Western Carolina just feels like the right side. Everything all-encompassing, we know it all. Also, Western Carolina going from -1 to -1.5. That kind of sends some bells off in my head that I think that I'm on the right track with them being the right side. But then again, I said I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Looking at some final things here, making sure everything's in the right spot. Sure is. There we go. There we have it. Let me finalize and track this one so I don't forget. I always forget once I get into doing other shit. So there we go. There we have it. Track that bad boy. Okay. Moving and grooving. First roll of the day, Moneyline Dice roll, home or away. Are we going with the home team Catamounts or the away team Bulldogs? We all find out soon, quick, fast, and in a hurry. In 3, in 2, in 1. Home team.
Okay. All right.
Home team. The dice are on the same page. Home team, Western Carolina Catamounts. Now, are we taking the Catamounts on the money line or against the number unofficially? I don't know, but this here cubicle object does. Mags doesn't know, but this here cubicle object does. So without further ado, we roll for the second time here today. Money line or against the number, Western Carolina Catamounts unofficially. ATS.
Okay.
ATS.
All right.
ATS.
-1.5.
ATS.
Okay, dice.
Unofficially, Western Carolina -1.5 first roll of the day. Now we have the wild card roll remaining. Will the dice double down for the third day in a row? Admittedly, to their flaw, to their downfall yesterday. Monday worked out well. Tuesday did not work out so good. No. We'll see if they got the Yones to do it once again. Or are they going to go to the total? Give us an extra ticket to cash. Or they're going to
155
say,
over dice. Come on.
They're going to say, hey, boys, we messed up. We need you to re-roll us all in general. I don't know. Neither does Mags. But this here wild card inanimate object that we refer to as the Moneyline Dice that you can get at moneylinedice.com using discount code TTL10 for 10% off your first order at moneylinedice.com sure does know. And we all find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Under.
No. Okay, hey. I don't have a damn clue.
Under.
I was just hoping for some, hoping for a 90-90 type game or something like that. But, a little monetary liability on the over, 77% of money on the over. So who knows? I have not a damn clue on this one.
The dice have spoken. If you want a guaranteed take 2 tickets, count them 1, 2. 2 tickets to the pay window tonight. Not per me, not per Mags, not per any living, breathing human being on this planet, but per the all-knowing, ever-present, ever-powerful cubicle objects that be the Moneyline Dice. Hammer in right here, right now. Western Carolina Catamounts -1.5 in their matchup with the Citadel Bulldogs here tonight as well. Target the total and take under 155.5.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice. Okay, we'll see what happens. Took the gun out of my hand, so
sure
that's all I had to. That's all I needed. That's all I needed was just a little bit of backing from the Moneyline Dice. So WCU -1.5 and the under 155.5. That does it for today's Moneyline Dice roll of the day. That does it for the first half of the show, and segue into the second half of the show. Nothing else, looks like good to me. So, let's keep it moving, keep it grooving, partner. Anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 195 of the TTL Pod on this absolutely beautiful January the 5th, 2022.
All right, my man. We talked on Monday. I'm going to keep the college basketball trend or theme rolling along here in the sidebar, my friend. Mm-hmm. Talked a little bit on Monday as far as the old bracketology, early bracketology, but something that, and I know you don't, in some spots you obviously back on this market, but I at least love these conversations. Got some conference winner odds for college basketball I am seeing on FanDuel right here. Not everything listed. They appear to be on FanDuel sticking to a lot of the bigger ones, but they do have they got a few mid-major ones. But
okay,
we can kick it off. Well, the one thing that chaps me, I saw someone tweet out today, and I tweeted at him hoping to get the odds. Illinois is apparently the new favorite to win the Big Ten. This is regular season odds, by the way. Not necessarily. This does not factor in the tournament. This is actually all regular season, which I actually prefer at this point.
Yeah.
Illinois is apparently the favorite in the Big Ten now. I'm still waiting to see if this person responds as far as what their odds are, because we're here in Illinois. They don't list those damn odds, but they have overtaken Purdue despite not getting.
Thanks a lot, JB.
Yeah, and
I would say that's JB, for protecting us so we don't ruin our betting lives. You piece of fucking dumb, stupid. I'm not a smart man, but I know what stupid is.
Fucking ass. Please continue. I apologize.
Goodness gracious. No, it's more than fair. Please. I would say this is the only spot that Illinois is really getting all that respect, because they scuffled out of the gates without Kofi Coburn and maybe the first game back. Now they're back to the team that they were here in KenPom. KenPom still got them rated at 11, so we'll get off that soapbox. But Purdue 390, Ohio State plus 410, Michigan State plus 430, Wisconsin plus 1,000, Iowa 1,600, and Michigan 2,300. And I'm sure we might not be trying to pick against Illinois, because Illinois might be getting rolling. But any value as far as some of these big numbers are concerned out of the Big Ten from you as far as what you're seeing? And I'll give my opinion here.
I think I would have a weird hinkling to put a little bit of a sprinkle down on Wisconsin plus.
You and I are in the same boat, my friend.
So probably not because of the same reasons. I have a little bit of actually like, I don't know, like background undercover advice. Information I know that maybe the average fucking bear doesn't know. Okay.
What do you got?
This is what I'm trying to say. So Brad Davis, right? 500th year senior, however fucking long he's been at Wisconsin. Right. I feel like he should be 72 years old at this point.
Probably about our age, yeah.
Hell of a ball player. Probably will guarantee go to the NBA. He is actually engaged. He'll go to the G League at least for the time being. Either way, who knows? Maybe he'll shock some folks. He also is engaged to one hell of a ball player. He is not. Hey, not we have any issues with that. Her name is Tyra Buss. She used to play college ball. I can't remember where she played college ball. She didn't play professional ball, but she was a gangster. Actually, from around the areas where I'm from in Southern Illinois. So complete fucking gangster. Now, number one, engaged. Maybe something's going on there. I don't know. Maybe baby on the way somewhere sneaking in there. What I'm trying to say...
You're picking some dad energy?
What I'm trying to say is maybe come into February, March, April. Who knows? Definitely February. Maybe we have some dad power news from old Brad Davis. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm off the shits. Maybe they just get hitched before that time. Maybe it's scheduled here soon. Probably not during the college basketball season. That would be absolutely ridiculous. However, I don't know. Maybe they got something cooked up. Maybe they got something brewing. I'll be sure to stay on the lookout what's going on with Miss T-Bus. If we see a little bump, I'm not going to ask because you know what kind of fucking trouble that can get you into. You know, you never ask even though you know it's a bump. But hey, if we see that, we know Brad's got some dad power coming up here quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we need to be hammering in. So at plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000.
That's my rationale, but obviously complete phooey, dumb bullshit rationale, just being a complete jackass. But hey, the more you know. Tune into the TTL Pod. You find out that Brad Davis. Is it Davis or Davison? It's Brad Davis. Davison. Brad Davison. Yeah. I thought it was Davison. Brad Davison engaged to the legendary Tyra Buss. So there you go. The more you know. How about you?
I love all of it. I love it.
Actually, real statistical means.
No, I mean, nothing crazy. I don't know that I'll actually be hammering. I just think at plus 1,000, 2-1 so far to start off the conference. Just knocked off Purdue. Purdue's kind of been in a hole. I think Purdue's going to be fantastic all season long. They're just probably not the bona fide number one team in the land, or maybe not even the best team in this conference.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't want to really fade Illinois. I think Illinois is going to roll, man.
Yeah.
And I just think at plus 1,000, or even Iowa's kind of out of the gates, 1-2, and they play Wisconsin play Iowa at 1,600. You know me. I've been a big backer of Iowa this season, so I got to like those two, 1,000 and 1,600. I really just want to know what Illinois' odds are, first of all, though.
100%, and we kind of fucked up on this last year. No, we took plus the conference tournament, like it included. Yeah, the conference
it was a
tournament.
Weird. I double checked before.
Just be careful before you hammer something in. Like, I really like it when it's like regular season. Because I think Wisconsin continues to roll, and that's the shittiest part. Because like Wisconsin could go 9-1 in conference for the season, and then go to the tournament and get bounced in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. And it's like, come on, that's bullshit. They won outright, and then they technically didn't. So I like this a lot more.
Yeah, one of my favorite things with futures is to like look through the future part of their schedule and be like, oh, I think they can do this here. I think they can do this here. And I think it was Alabama in the SEC last year is what we did, partner. At least I did that.
That's exactly what it was.
And then it was like, oh, this is for the tournament? Oh, shit. Which
that's exactly what it was.
I'm blanking. I know they came.
They didn't win.
It was a crazy game. They lost to LSU, right?
Yeah, it was fucking bananas. It was like 76 to like 72.
I remember being at your apartment watching that, losing her fucking mind.
That shit
I digress.
It's only January.
Yeah. How about the ACC, dude? Duke minus 145. A lot of other teams. Nobody's really standing out in that pack as far as being, really challenging them. I will say. Is that, I mean, there's 4 teams that are undefeated. UNC's one of them. I just don't think UNC's really.
Nah, UNC's really like they're fucking sick. They're good enough. They're good enough. Good enough to knock them.
So?
Like, yeah, they're sick. But I also think
plus
that
600 then.
That would be my only fuck, because like Louisville just has too many question marks defensive side of the ball. Florida State, what the fuck are we doing? If you can't travel your defense and you can't travel on the road, then forget that. Virginia, whoopity doo-dah, one big win at Syracuse doesn't mean I'm going to back you, and then Syracuse is the next closest one. Syracuse, I already talked about it, my best bet of the day. They're too damn inconsistent, so I'm interested in UNC, man. I mean, at plus 600, Duke being favored, it just seems too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like any future market being minus money, it just always gives me pause. Like
as long as it's especially under 200 or minus, especially under minus 150, right?
Give it a month and watch Duke be plus money on some bullshit. UNC goes on a run. Right. God forbid, Bancaro or something. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck could happen?
I think UNC is probably the only answer, though, right? That might take
100%,
him. I think so.
100%. Yeah. Nobody else in there I have any interest in backing in the ACC. ACC is pretty fucking weak this year, to tell you the truth.
Past Duke and UNC, honestly, yeah.
Pretty much.
UNC plays Notre Dame tonight. You have some thoughts on that one. Important stipulation, though, partner, as far as this is concerned, if teams tie, the winner goes to whoever is the number 1 seed in the conference tournament. So if you got a tire and your team isn't the one that ends up being the number 1 seed, which there's some tiebreakers along with that, but important stipulation there.
Wowza.
Because there'll probably be some ties. AAC, Houston and Memphis, both plus 195. Wichita State plus 650. SMU, Central Florida, plus 750.
Just because I'm gonna stick firm with my guys, and I'm taking the penny Hardaway. I took the heart away, that Penny Hardaway. Shout out, I don't know who the fuck sings that song, but that's a fucking banger of a song. It's called Hardaway. That's a banger of a song. I believe in Memphis, dude. I believe in Penny Hardaway Sr. and Jr. I believe in what they got going on the defensive side of the ball. I think they just scuffled a little bit at the beginning of the year. There were some fucking senior guys causing some bullshit in the locker room. Hardaway Sr. came out, went to the Athletics, said, hey, drop this shit. These boys are the type of cocky motherfuckers that are going to see this come out right away. Put them all in their damn place, and they haven't looked back since. They beat, was it Wichita State?
Wichita State.
Yeah, it was Wichita State. They beat them by 20 points as 2.5-point dogs. Cashed both of those tickets. Took them on the money line and 2.5. So I would say plus 195 at Memphis. Houston is playing sick, but they just dropped a big game though. They just lost, and we'll see. Could be another potential letdown spot here with them tonight against USF. The Bulls, your Bulls, shout out 3/4. The Bulls actually was just a failed cover. They didn't lose 66-61 against Temple, but that's Temple, man. Like Temple ain't fucking shit whatsoever.
Well, Memphis did the same thing to Tulsa last night, though. They only beat them by 3.
So yeah,
I like Houston though, but I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with Memphis just because I believe in the Hardaway. I take the Hardaway in my whole life, so I'm gonna take the Hardaway here with the Memphis Tigers.
All right, another important one because there's actually a really, really, really important matchup tonight on this one, partner. The Big East.
Really cute, motherfuckers. Really, really, really important. I'm on one today, son. Come on, what you got?
Big East. There's a big matchup tonight, partner. Villanova and Creighton, right?
Yep.
And Villanova's about 10-point favorite. Creighton knocked them off already once this year.
Why? That pisses me off. I want Creighton so bad, but I can't do it. I know. I want Creighton tonight.
If you are in love with Creighton and you think they're going to win, Creighton is plus 950 to win the conference. Villanova is minus 105. Excuse me.
Fuck that. You know where I'm going. I'm going. Give me Cooley and the boys. Providence plus 650. They're winning the Big East. They took just a little scuffle against Marquette. It is what it is. So what? Marquette's fucking... Even with Marquette beating them last night, Marquette is still 21,000. That is 210 to 1 compared to Providence's 6.5 to 1, my friends. I'm going to continue to stick with Providence. Maybe even a little sprinkle on Hell in a Cell. Xavier's look damn good, too.
I think there might be a couple sprinkles, and if you get either one of the teams, you could have some profit there. I mean, there's Villanova. I like Villanova, but I mean, there's no value at minus 105, first of all. But Providence plus 650, UConn plus 650, Xavier 700, and Creighton 950, Seton Hall plus 1,000. All of those teams have some value in my eyes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, every team, the Big East is so fucking stacked. Every team in the Big East is inside the top 100 in AOE and ADE per KenPom, except Butler. They're outside of the top 100 in AOE, and Georgetown is outside of the top 100 in ADE. So outside of that, the Big East is fucking stacked, man. I love St. John's. You know me and St. John's. They have yet to play a Big East game. So
they got one tonight.
Exactly. And it's against DePaul. And DePaul's a fucking wagon, so I'm really interested to see what happens there. But St. John's plus 3,000, 30-1. It's a little bit of a look there, man, with them not playing anything, especially with Marquette being 1-3, getting their first win last night. Seton Hall 1-2, bunch of 1-1s. I mean, Providence 3-1, taking care of business. Like, forget about it. But Villanova 2-1, Creighton 2-0. I mean, St. John's, without playing a Big East game yet, if they come out and rock DePaul, I mean, you might see that in my bet slip, but you also might see Providence and Helen Xavier basketball on there as well. Hell of a conversation here with Big East. I like it. Big East.
Big East is an interesting one.
Yeah,
honestly, the Big 12 too, partner. Baylor, Kansas, Texas Tech, Iowa State. Baylor and Kansas both plus 170. Baylor, I think, Baylor is potentially the number one team in the country. They've been looking mortal as far as so far in the Big 12. Had some closer games with Iowa State and Oklahoma last night. Ended up winning by 10, I think, last night, but it looked like a lot closer of a game. Any value there? Baylor, Kansas plus 170 each. Texas 390. Texas Tech plus 950. You know how I feel about Texas Tech. And Iowa State plus 1,200. That's kind of where I'm
beating the drum after.
Well, look at it. Texas Tech's got better odds than Iowa State does.
Yeah, it is also.
I didn't look at that until right now, but Iowa State's plus 1,200.
Yeah. I think Iowa State just wins here early in the season, and then they lose later on in the season, come February, March. But, partner, I'm gonna say it. Chris Beard's boys are starting to look really fucking scary, and Texas
under the radar somehow.
Under the radar. Marcus Carr, dude, he played for Maryland last year, right? Or no, Minnesota. Minnesota it was.
Yeah.
Minnesota, and was a fucking baller. I watched Texas last night, just fucking around, like, Texas, whatever, who gives a damn? Or 2 nights ago, whatever the hell it was, I don't remember. And I see Marcus Carr out there running around, fucking dipping, diving, dodging, ducking, diving every which way. And one, everything you could imagine. Same fucking player he was at Minnesota, now he's just playing for Chris Beard at Texas. They have guys who rank nationally all across their lineup inside the top 200, 300, 100 in all types of major KenPom statistical categories. Dude, Chris Beard is only yet but getting started. You get the kids back in off of Christmas, New Year's break. 30th in the nation per KenPom in home court advantage. I have a hard time seeing that this fucking Texas team is not going to damn near run the table in the Big 12, because right now they're 2-0.
Already got a couple wins.
They're 2-0. So yeah, shit, dude. I have a big time or a hard time not seeing them run the table. I love them.
They were rated really high, and I think they lost a couple random games early, and now kind of fell off the radar. Like I said, I don't hate it.
And to have fucking the 24th ADE and 9th. 24th AOE and 9th ADE, and then run your team at a 355th adjusted tempo. That's uncanny. That's uncanny. You're that efficient, and all you do is just slow, nice, easy. You never see that. I mean, that's
they also have the benefit of their head coach, switching teams within the same conference.
Yeah, give me a fucking break. Brings all of his knowledge from Texas Tech just to Texas. Like, come on. Yeah, give me Chris Beard and the boys. Give me Chris Beard and the boys plus 390. I love it.
I think they're better than Kansas. I like that value. I just think Baylor's really good. I'm not saying you're wrong. Baylor is kind of what's hesitating me.
Hey, pause. Hell of a fucking sidebar today, partner. Big fan what you got going on here today.
All right, any of these conferences, there's one more big conference that I want to talk about. There's I see as far as some smaller ones that are listed here. I'm surprised they don't have A10 on here, but
we can damn near go through the rest of them. There's not that many more.
Conference USA is one. We don't talk it. You can talk a little bit about these. USA. UAB plus 115. I talk a lot about
USA.
UAB plus 115. Louisiana Tech 280, and then it drops down to North Texas 600. Western Kentucky 750.
I tell you what, because of the weird split in the East and West, because CUSA is so damn big. They got the East and West, and they got like 7 or 8 teams in each of them. UNT's undefeated in conference play. I really like them. I'm going to keep an eye on them at plus 600. They're really interesting. I probably won't lock it in, but they're really interesting. They're a damn good team. But who I am really interested in is this Louisiana Tech team. I think they're getting a little undervalued. They have a squad and a half. They just handled Marshall with their fucking eyes closed. They came out the next game, kind of struggled. I can't remember who they played in their very next game. I can click over to it.
They beat Western Kentucky by 1 this past Saturday. If that's
beat
what you're
WKU. Yeah, they didn't cover. I took them at -6 and they didn't cover. So maybe that -6, partner, we're onto something there. Maybe that is a fatal number to utilize there. But couple key reasons as to why I say what I'm saying. Louisiana Tech, they're top 5 in the entire conference in almost every single offense and defensive statistical category. They're absolutely electric. Even better on defense. Why I say UNT? They're number 1 in almost every single statistical category in Conference USA. I love them. They got Tyler Perry. He's a junior, and Thomas Bell. He's a senior. Those two guys are lighting it up across the board, can attack the glass as well. Man, this fucking UNT team's solid as hell. The West is usually a little bit more dominant than what the East will be. I'm actually surprised that Marshall is not kind of keeping pace with Western Kentucky. They've kind of those would be the only 2 teams out of the East that I typically would back, but typically I look West, and if I'm looking West, UNT, honestly, the more I talk about it, UNT would probably be number 1, okay. and then I like Louisiana Tech as well. I just don't know if UNT's big enough to battle Louisiana Tech, because Louisiana Tech's got some big boys. Yeah. Ooh, they got some big boys. But I digress. That's where my thoughts would be.
Okay. Okay, a couple more smaller ones. We actually, I guess we talk about it a little bit. Mountain West, Colorado State plus
You're going to skip over Maction?
Oh, I was gonna go back. I'm
just saying, we'll talk a little bit about that one because I think there's a little bit of value there.
Well, let's stick there then. Mac, Ohio plus 170. They just got that win over Akron, kind of separated them a little there. You think Ohio's going to take it?
Yeah, Ohio's going to take it. Ohio's the same team they were last year. We were expecting some regression from them, honestly, and we just have not seen it. I mean, at least I was. I was expecting to see some bullshit from them, and we didn't. And Akron being undefeated at home, getting clapped as favorites last night, that just... I don't know. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of value. Plus 170 Ohio Bobcats. I think that's worth a definite sprinkle for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Toledo plus 500. I don't like the value there. If it was a little bit higher,
really, no other team is really standing out in the MAC right now.
Because I think anybody could beat anybody, but it's really more of a how long are you going to go on a roll, really.
Eastern Michigan is a damn good team, but they need to get their shit together. They're plus 11,000. If they get their shit together, that is ain't worth nothing. Eastern Michigan played a damn good game last night against Western Michigan last night. Okay. So they're a good team. They got some names. They got some brand names on that team. So maybe we'll see. But I would stick with Ohio for the time being.
Any interest in Mountain West here? I mean, I feel like we pick off these teams in certain spots on the spread every once in a while, but
it's pretty muddy right now, honestly.
It is. Colorado State plus 135, San Diego State plus 290, Utah State plus 700, Boise State 900, Nevada 1100.
Honestly, none of them, man. Nevada has shown me a little bit, but not enough to back there. Utah State, maybe if they get rocking and rolling here. Let's see. There's a couple. Utah State's inside the top 100.
Utah State was good early for a while.
Yeah, and then they kind of started scuffling. They're about
Colorado
the
State's
best
ranked
team.
right now.
Yeah. Colorado State's solid.
They're 11-0. Jeez, I didn't know they were 11-0.
Yeah, Colorado State. They had a solid ass win last night. I don't know if they covered or not last night, but they had a solid ass win last night.
Beat Air Force by 8. I think it was a lot bigger spread than that, right?
Yeah, it was like 16.5, so they didn't cover. Air Force has been sneaky as shit, though. We all know that. Mm-hmm. Either way, though, the only thing that would give me pause, or the only team that I would say would give Colorado State a run for their money at this juncture would be two, I guess. Either San Diego State or Boise State. Both pretty much identical offensively, but they have the defense. They both have the best defenses in the conference. 6th for San Diego State in ADE and 18th for Boise State in ADE per KenPom. So if I'm looking anybody to give them a run for their money, because Colorado State's the best AOE by 60, 70 points in the entire conference. So you got to have good defense to give them a run for their money. So it's either one of those. You want the more value, Boise State plus 900. They have looked damn good in certain spots. I mean, they're 1-0 in conference play, but so is San Diego State. So plus 290. You want a little double sprinkle? Hey, go right ahead. Do whatever you so well please. I might do a little bit of both. See, we said there no damn value, but
there you go.
There might be a little bit of value there. I love talking this shit out, man. I like this a lot.
So do I, honestly. That's what I say. I love this conversation. If we say nothing there, but yeah, dude. Like I said the other day, January comes, the college bowl season leaves. It is college basketball. Pac-12 though, two big boys, plus 130 for Arizona, plus 140 for UCLA. USC plus 440 though, and then it's a big old drop off. We've talked about Oregon's finding their water a little bit, treading some water. But as far as this conversation, I don't think they're in this conversation.
Nah. They're still inside the top 100, but
three top 10 teams though.
Ooh, boy, I'm telling you,
falls off a cliff.
Honestly, dude, I'm gonna fucking say it. And this is not me copying anybody. I've been kicking it around for a while because I know somebody else pretty big saying it. Freaking El Prez Portnoy said it, but Arizona wins the national championship this year. 22 to 1, 21 to 1 odds. It was at 26 to 1 odds, and it's now down to 21 to 1 odds. Damn, are they a good fucking team? Are they a good fucking team? And they have made it so many times right to the mountaintop, to the 16, the Elite 8, whatever so many times. And last year was UCLA's year to make that little bit of run. Mick Cronin's boys. I think UCLA's a Final Four team again this year. I really do think they are. I just think they played shit. So at the value you're getting, if you think that Arizona wins the Pac-12, then what I would say is just fuck all that nonsense together. Just take them to win the national championship. Plus 2,100. Go get wild. Plus 2,100. It was at 2,600 a little while ago. I mean, they're such a damn wagon, dude. And with that value that you're getting on them right now, it's hard for me not to lock that in. It just is.
I don't disagree. I don't know that I share the same opinion as far as loving them that much. I think I actually might say UCLA is gonna, not go as deep as I think they're really good. I just don't. I don't know. We haven't seen them too much. They've had a lot of these COVID issues.
Kansas. Okay. Here's everybody in front of Arizona.
Well, let me finish Pac-12. Let me finish Pac-12 because I'm interested in USC as a top 10 team in the country. Not because they're a top 10 team. I just think they're rightfully so a top 10 team, and I think they're damn good. And I like the value there at plus 440. But please continue.
Hey, I don't disagree with you on that spot, but okay, obviously the Zags. What the fuck ever. Okay, good. It's not the same Gonzaga team that it has been. Wonderful. Whoopee. Baylor, I don't smell a repeat. Purdue can be knocked off by Rutgers and Wisconsin, so not a title team. Duke, damn good. Okay, I'll give it to you, but okay, they're the exact same odds as Baylor, Purdue.
Coach K farewell.
I think it's gave me a break with Coach K farewell tour. I don't care about that. Kansas has looked really solid, but I don't know against some of this higher level competition.
Haven't seen that extra gear.
Yeah, if they're really going to be able to kick it in, yeah, for sure. UCLA. Love them to go deep, but I don't know that they're going to be in the Natty Championship again. And then you bump into Arizona. After Arizona, UK, Blue Blood, Kentucky, Villanova, Auburn, Michigan, Texas, Alabama, Ohio State.
I wish we knew what Illinois fucking odds were, man. I'm sure they'd probably be right around 2,000. I'd
probably bet on them.
I would too, man.
I bet them because it was
being a homer.
I think Arizona and U of I would probably be my two because I think U of I getting through the round of 32 last year. They got to this no. They
lost in the second round to freaking Loyola, dude.
That's right. They got to the round of 32 and got bounced. That's right. So after that, man, it's damn near the same freaking team.
So, just take off Io, obviously. But
but
sometimes they would get stagnant and, he would control the ball a little too much and it wouldn't, obviously they're better when he's there. But, I mean, my biggest thing as far as taking one of these guys outside of the top 3 or 4 odds as far as the championship is that, I think Gonzaga's really good, and so is Baylor. I just don't think either of those two teams are as good as they were last year. And so I think I don't hate your Arizona pick at plus 2,100. That's not quite where I would go.
Because if Arizona was winning the Pac-12, they would be minus money, right? Like if they were just going to run away with the Pac-12, I think they would be minus money. So, That's kind of where my head's at. But I like.
Oh,
USC.
I agree with your rationale there, 100%.
I like where USC's at. Shit, USC's not a bad.
I was gonna say, basically what I'm saying, it might be worth a couple sprinkles at some of these like plus 3,000, plus 4,000, like Auburn plus 3,000. Auburn is freaking good, man. You know what I mean? Tennessee, Alabama, if they can get a few things straightened up consistency wise, I guess neutral floors, a little bit of a question mark, but. I don't know, man. There might be worth a couple sprinkles down here, all the way down here. LSU plus 5,000. I could see an SEC team being a dark horse.
Hey, coming out of nowhere, I'm telling you. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but I like Arizona Natty champs because I've liked them the past few years, and they just haven't gotten over the hump. I think this is the year they get over the hump. They look damn good. Okay, 2 more, looks like here. What do you got over there?
2 more. I see. Oh yeah, sorry, 2 more. Well, one of them's the West Coast Conference. Gonzaga's minus 2,200. So
that is a good point. Fuck it, never mind.
I wish they had some odds like who's gonna finish second, because that would actually be a pretty damn good conversation. Because
let me bet $2,200 just to win $100. Sounds
yeah, no
great.
Thanks. No thanks. Probably a lock though, but no thanks.
Probably a lock.
SEC, I just mentioned Auburn.
You know what? Fuck that. Them assholes need to move somewhere else. They need to go to the Big East. You know what?
Pac-12.
If they weren't on the opposite side of the globe, because I think they would fucking still run the Pac-12. Like, if they weren't on the opposite side of the globe, the Big East would be just a great spot.
Or even the freaking Mountain West move up a tiny bit. I don't know.
No, yeah, maybe
not that. That's a dumb move. That's a dumb move, but that's at least a little bit better.
Maybe the Pac-12. They just need to get out of the WCC. It's such bullshit. Okay, SEC, what do you got?
SEC, Auburn plus 165. As much as I like them, I don't think that's great value on a future like that. Alabama plus 450, Kentucky 500, LSU 850, and Tennessee 1,000, and Mississippi State plus 1,200. They're a sneaky team. Florida 1,400.
Oh, boy. The SEC, the 2 big powerhouses, ACC and SEC, are pretty muddy this year. So far as things are going, I really like LSU. That defense, man, just looks damn good. And especially after dropping down to Kentucky last night, it's to start the second half and then battling back. I mean, for crying out loud, Will Wade was losing his mind. I don't know. I just see LSU at least having some success in the regular season. They're 1-1 right now, so the team to compete with obviously is going to be Auburn. But I just feel like LSU has everything that it takes to be able to compete with Auburn. So at the value you're getting plus 850, shit, give me the Tigers. Go Tigers!
I like LSU and Tennessee, honestly. Tennessee starting off 0-1 obviously is a little bit of a hole, but both those teams are like top 3 ADE teams in the country, man. Those teams can lock you down. I do like LSU a little bit more, I think, because they can actually, they're a little more consistently on offense. I think LSU might be worth a sprinkle there.
Yeah, most definitely. You're a little bit of a homer for them Tennessee boys here this year, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of these SEC teams, man.
You're an SEC guy. You liked a lot of SEC guys last year, too. You're a big SEC better. This is what I've noticed.
Last couple of years. I don't know. Nate Oates coming in on Must Bus. I hope Arkansas can turn it around.
It was sick last year. Yeah, this year it's just not. It's not packing the punch that it was. I mean, everybody's inside the top 100 on both sides of the ball, but it's not the same deal. So, all right. Well, there you go. There you have it. Our thoughts, projections, conference winners. I usually don't like to talk about them, but I'm a big fan when we go to college basketball time. These are fun. I know a lot about what's going on the court, so I can speak educatedly about them and not like a total doofus out of the corners of my brain.
Well, there you go.
Outside of that, anything else you got on your end of the world, Max?
As far as sidebar, I mean, are we trying to lay down our fire stories? That's all.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going next. So, I get it out of the way. All right. So, this was.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Breaking news.
Breaking
news. Tiny bit of breaking news. Joe Burrow doesn't look like he's going to play this Sunday. If they're in danger of losing, they could drop down to the 4th seed, I do believe, which is I think they're 3 seed right now. If they won, they had a chance to jump up. So I don't know, man. Could be interesting. No Baker, no Joe Burrow, no Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I don't know if it matters all too much for their seeding. Like if regardless of like what position they get, like either way, it's going to be a tough matchup for them.
Oh yeah, 100%. As far as that is concerned, 100%. If they lose, they would probably drop back to 4. But you're totally right about that.
100%. So there you go. There you have it. Thanks for late breaking Joe Burrow news there, dude.
Actually, I kind of disagree. If they jump back to 4, they might have to play the Patriots first round as opposed to Colts Charger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might matter.
Okay, well, There you go. There you have it. So we'll talk about that later on in the week, Thursday, Friday, a little more NFL action, maybe even on Saturday. Who knows exactly what happens there. We'll talk about that outside of the show. But fire story. So, allegedly,
huh?
This was when we were seniors in high school, or not in high school, in college at Illinois State. This was summertime. Had just moved into a house. First time I had a house on campus, all to myself. Like not like a frat house or anything. Like we fully rented out a house. 4 guys, me plus 3 other dudes. Absolute blast. That we called it the Cherry Trap. I mean, it was an absolute blast. The Cherry Trap is fucking legendary. Everybody knows about it. If you went to ISU, #RollBurrs. One of the best years ever. But we about didn't have that year, thanks to yours truly, to start the beginning of the year. We were, it was me, the young lady I was dating at the time, and one of the roommates, RJ. And we're hanging out, and I was like, hey, I'll grill out for all of us. I'll make some steaks. You know me, Chef Colt, do what I do. Let me get the grill fired up. And, hey, while the grill's heating up, we'll go outside. We'll be in the back. We'll build a little bit of a fire, get everything rocking and rolling. Young lady will take care of some of the prepping and stuff that I need. I'll come back in, grab the shit, hit the grill. We're ready to rock and roll, all right? So we're out in the back building this fire, and all of a sudden, a young lady who I was acquainted with at the time comes out, and she goes, hey, there's a fire. And I go, yeah, no shit. We're building a fire here. Yeah, no shit, smart ass. Like I thought she was just being like a smart ass on some shit. He's like, no, like the grill's on fire. And again, it clicked in my head, like, stop being a smart ass. Like, yeah, no shit. There's fire inside of grill. I understand what you're saying. It's like, no, seriously, the grill is on fire. And I was like, all right, what the fuck's going on? So we're in the backyard. I walk all the way through the house to the front yard where the grill is. And this old-ass grill wasn't my grill. The grill was there. I just had a new propane tank. Mm-hmm. Put the propane tank on there, and this old-ass holder, the clips were so bent out that it just barely rests on there. Breeze had come by. The propane tank had tipped over off of this thing. The inlet hose that goes into the fucking grill itself had ripped out of the grill. And here I have said propane tank rolling around on the deck with the fucking outlet hose flailing like some shit you seen out of a fucking movie with a fucking flame just shooting out of the son of a bitch. And I'm thinking, well, the fuck do we do here? I mean, I got fire shooting at me, shooting at the street, shooting at me, shooting at the street. What the fuck do I do? So all I can think in my head is if I turn this thing off, it is going to suck that flame back in there, and we are going to blow the fuck up. Like, this is it. This is a wrap. This is how I kill myself. This is how I did it. What the fuck, Colton? What have you done? I said, you know what? I got to bite the bullet. We can't just let this thing sit. I mean, it's going to burn for days and hours and months and weeks and years. This is a full propane tank. I go over there and I said, I'm gonna fucking turn this thing off as quick as I possibly fucking can. And I had a towel with me just to cover it, to just choke it out. Choked it out, turned it off as fast as I possibly fucking could. Let it sit there for a minute. Didn't blow up. Obviously, I still sit here. House didn't catch on fire. Fire started to kind of go in the backyard. Thank God we got back to that bad boy at the same time. But first week we were in the damn apartment trying to have a little small, not even a big housewarming party. It was literally 3 people housewarming party. And your boy about burnt down the entire Cherry Trap apartment. 201 East Cherry Street. Shot at whoever lives in that apartment now. My apologies, Ahmad. We fucked your place up, man. Yeah. Woo, boy, we had some fun at that place. But I digress.
Did you live there for 2 years?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one. We knew the guys that lived there the year before, but then those jag of fucking loons, we let some.
Well, I was gonna tell a dumber story as far as like, because I was thinking like, what was the spot where it was like graduation week and I was over there when we had a fire and then you guys just popped the old.
Oh, fuck yeah, that was the same spot. Table. That was the same spot. That was fucking, that's another fire story. We were all fucked up and we just.
Oh, yeah. Well, last week, this was like graduation, senior year.
Yeah, this one's a little shorter. I won't go deep into this one, but We were all fucked up. We were in the doggone backyard. We were having a fire. It was graduation weekend. All the guys, the gals, getting back together one last time. Bunch of guys sitting up on the roof. We all love sitting up on the roof and drinking. It just complete reckless shit. So I had a cooler outside, and I was going to refill my cooler, and I walk in, and one of the roommates stops me. There was door into the garage door into the house. He stops me at the door from outside into the garage, looks at me plastered. Colt! Danny, who was one of our other roommates, Danny told me to come out here and ask you and tell you that we had a conversation about burning the kitchen table, but since you're the most responsible one here, can we burn the kitchen table? I said, fuck it, dude. Let's have a fucking blast, because I'm equally as fucked up in this point in time. So out of my hand goes the cooler. Into the house I go with Dave. Me, Danny, Dave drag said kitchen table outside in front of everybody. Everybody's like, what the fuck are these guys doing? We said, we're burning the kitchen table. Over the top of the fire it goes. And I mean,
is it a fucking bonfire outside? You just plop the kitchen table over.
And I'm talking about, it's a full-ass kitchen table. Like, it's a 6.5 foot by 3 foot kitchen table. Like, it is a fucking beast. And mind you, we're not out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. We are live in prime time on one of the busiest streets in all of Normal, Illinois. And we have
probably
the busiest street. And I mean, the whole backyard is fucking covered in trees. And we just got this thing just...
I remember this one tree kind of like hanging down, probably about, obviously, like 5 feet above where the tips of this fire is going. We look up, it's like, oh, that tree's pretty close.
On fire, ain't it? Oh, shit, we better. Oh, shit, it doesn't have any leaves anymore. What the fuck happened?
As messed up as we were, I will never forget that sight of just a bonfire and then just a kitchen table.
Just kitchen table coming right out, just dropping right on top of it. Oh my gosh. And it's always the best when it rolls around, because we all have time hops or like Snapchat memories or whatever, and all the guys always blast it back in the group chats. It always fucking kills me. Double fire story from your boy, a little bit extra windy, but there you go. Never stop a good conversation. Country Thunder, last rabbit hole of the day.
So not me. Not my doing. I could have been bad. I had no reaction to this. So you're familiar with the old, a very, very entertaining game of old Hammer Schlagen. Are you familiar? If you're not familiar, you got a big old log. Big old empty or, cut out log. Mm-hmm. And you get some nails. And, the game is you flip the hammer, and then without setting it, you try to whack the hammer. Mm-hmm. Sounds really stupid when I'm explaining that, but it's really damn fun. It is
especially
a blast.
Especially when you're shit sticked. Absolute blast.
100%. Might, pop your shin a little bit and get a bruise the next day, whatever.
What the fuck ever. Casualties of war.
Very fun game. I missed that game. But you take it up a notch. Sometimes you put a little gasoline on that log, get a little fire going. Not that dangerous on the surface as far as when you're playing. But myself, in this specific game, I was not quite involved in this specific game because I was... recovering from an undiagnosed potential concussion from the day before. I got a little scar to sport that up here. Got a little bop on the old noggin. I was, indisposed. Indisposed in a way, you might say.
Trying not to add more bullshit into the already fucked up body. I get you.
I messed up my head. bad that day, dude.
The head was
the day
noodles. Before. The head was noodles, and you didn't need it to
like
be
a 5-year, 6-year scar that I got rocking here.
10-4.
So I'm sitting there, and my friend, still good friend, he's got the. They say, hey, we need a little more fire on this log, right? So he pops, he grabs the old gas tank, and mind you, we've got a very, very large, 3 different campsites jammed together. We got a nice big horseshoe, big old group at this campsite, awesome site. And we got some generators around the the old campers as well. So nice big horseshoe. Sure. The Hammer Schlagen log is in the middle. My buddy comes over with the old gas tank, tries to just, pour a little gas on the fire, right? Fire trails that, little, spout going right back up. He freaks out, rightfully, never seen anything like that. He, instead of throwing it away from the generators and the campers, he throws it about, 4 feet away from one of the generators, about 12 feet from where I'm just sitting there, and I'm just, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And but of course, me just also still, despite my head
noodle
bopping, still
noodle noggin,
still partaking in the festivities, of course. So I'm a little too casually just sitting there. But of course, everybody's screaming at everybody, and in my head, I'm like, oh, we're this is it. This is much like you said. This is it. This is it. That generator's right there. This is it. He runs over, grabs it. Still flames in some spots, and he runs out to like the pathway of Country Thunder, like the go-kart, or not go-kart, the golf cart way, and whatever. Mm-hmm. It's gonna blow, and it just flings it, and we're just like, and everyone's just like, oh gosh, and then just nothing, but just launch. It's so, long story short, I'm still here. Everyone's still here, but it was
alive.
Never will forget that. About 4, not an exaggeration, might have been closer, might have been about 2 feet from this generator, and I'm just, and then he screams, it's gonna blow!
So that's why me mentioning dousing gasoline on a fire brought that story right to your.
Because he walks over, and I you hear somebody that no, and then it just fire trails back into the
Yeah, like when they, if you ever want to like utilize a fuel to put on a fire, this is another quick PSA. Utilize diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is what you want to utilize. It burns at a much lower temperature. It's not as flammable. It's not as crazy. If you dump gas on a fire, it is that classic. Like it is that is what the fuck happens. And I mean, if you dump a full can of gasoline, like it will be a fire fucking ball. Like it will light your ass up, boy.
And mind you, there was a lot of people there in our group, and a good chunk of them were very knowledgeable as far as the things that you were talking. Had some diesel trucks. I believe they did have some of this. My buddy was not one of those.
Coming than a stroking, buddy.
Yeah. But about 90% of us were under 21, so everything was flashing before our eyes. It was not good.
A lot of bad shit happened there. Yeah, I remember those Country Thunder escapades for you and the boys during
a couple years for me
during ISU. Those some fun times. Never made it out there, but 4 days definitely won't make it out there now. Fuck all that nonsense.
4 days at the time was. Even at 19, 20 years old, 4 days was too much. I cannot imagine more than 1 day there now, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I couldn't imagine 1 day at a festival right now. Like, I'm just...
one evening or one afternoon, 100%.
You can barely get me off my couch far enough to go roll another joint and come back down and continue to watch the same damn game. You want me to go all the way to fuck out to some forest and rock out to some... Come on.
Not to mention, both times I went, it was either a solid 100 degrees or thunderstorms. So, yeah,
Yeah, absolute insanity. So there you go. You guys missed it. You came in late. If you came in late, you guys missed the TTL Crew's fire story. Shout out Sportsbook consigliere Dave Sherapin, our guy. What's up, man? Everybody else in here, appreciate the hell out of you guys. Was just talking about how I almost burned down first first house I ever rented on Illinois State's college campus. Also, went into another fire story of how we burnt our kitchen table on graduation night at that exact same house. So almost burnt that house down twice. And then Mags almost burnt down his entire campsite there at the old Country Thunder. Well, he didn't do it. His buddy did it. Hashtag it's gonna blow. We all know the story now. So shout out fire stories for the TTL crew. You never put a cap on good conversation. No. You never stop good conversation. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. We talked about you earlier on in the show, Keith. I said, hey, fucking Keith, flip the bird right back to them dice. And the dice said, all right, we're going to rock. And no sweat whatsoever for you, my friend. Easy cash money, taking over the 9-9 into 5,000 all day long. New York Knicks, easy money. The Moneyline Dice. Not us. The Moneyline Dice really fucked up on that one. There you go. There you have it. Partner. That seems like the second half of the show, dude. Any late-breaking news? Anything else you got before I dish out some motivation minutes here?
Cowboys' Micah Parsons is now in COVID protocol.
Damn.
They got some. They can move around seeding. They're obviously locked into their division, but they can. I think they can still be either 2, 3, or 4, if I'm not mistaken. That's it for NFL. Damian Lillard out at least 3 more games. D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns expected to play tonight for the Timberwolves.
Cat back. Cat is back. There you go. There you have it. All right. Thanks for the updates, partner. Yeah, be sure to stay tuned on the Action app. I'm at cash_with_Colt. Riley is at RMags in all caps. You can follow the Daily Best Bets at Talking the Line. You can follow the Talking the Line board on the Chalkboard app, downloadable on the App Store. Not on Google Play yet, but soon. Or follow them on Twitter at the Chalkboard HQ app. Damn, I'm getting good at this. Or just go to talkingtheline.com. Today's Best Bets tab. You'll see all of our best bets. You can actually bet on our bets right from our website, or even look at live lines and odds from your favorite sports book and hammer them in right there. There you go. There you have it. Mention that because you might see us put in those conference winners we talked about just a little bit while ago for college basketball. But I digress in that department. One final thing from me: song of the day. You want? I've been getting back into some R&B, some jazz, just some shit. I've been jamming. Sometimes I get on these kicks, man, and soon, before you know it, I'll be back into the blues. I'll have some blues songs for you. But we got "Breezin'" by George Benson, circa 1976. Song of the day. I tweeted it out. Was jamming to it today. I said, "Damn, the kind followers that I have need to know about the vibes that I'm currently ingesting right now and need to have the opportunity to ingest them themselves." So that's the song of the day, "Breezin' by George Benson. Last little bit from me. Any last little bit from you, partner, before we Motivation Minute out?
I might have to join you on that kick, dude. You had me. What was it over the summer? I'm blanking on like the jazz genre that you had. The jazz genre that you had.
Whiskey blues?
Whiskey blues, yeah. Or sorry, not jazz, blues genre. There you go.
Cold-hearted woman.
Hey, man.
Stop treating me wrong. That was our shit, bro. That was our shit.
It's jams, dude. It's jams. So good background noise. Yeah, there you go. Could say what a jam.
Yeah, let's go, George Benson. Old school as hell. I know. Hey, we're old souls. We told you we're old souls can sig. We ain't lying to you. But yeah, that shit, some of that whiskey blues. That song
I might
too.
have to jump on you on the old R&B trend right now.
What the hell? It's called Cold-Hearted Woman. It's something band. Something band, and that is a heater too. Cold-hearted woman. I mean, we just he'd be on one end of the studio, I'd be on the other. We'd walk in somewhere, I'd be like, "Cold-hearted woman," and every single time.
Matt Nagy,
what a banger.
Justin Fields is going to start on Sunday. I believe Kirk Cousins is also out of COVID protocols.
What's his client doing? Huh?
Trying to save his damn job. You respect this man's job.
Yeah, actually, he's probably going to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears next year, so everybody might as well just fucking lock in.
I saw some rumor that Pete Carroll is a perfect fit for you over there next year, dude, and I about lost my lunch laughing on that one. So whether it's Matt Nagy or Pete Carroll, I'm not losing any sleep on my end of things.
You see, I'm wearing black today. I'm wearing black because I'm in mourning for the death of the Bears organization. Because, dude, I talked about it yesterday. One final rabbit hole before Motivation Minutes. I talked about it yesterday. We need to get cooking and moving and grooving and shaking and baking on what's going on now. We have an entire offseason of implementing new shit. And we have a rookie quarterback that just learned a brand new system, and now he's going to have to learn an entirely brand new system.
Come on.
Yeah, great, wonderful, terrific. Let's go. Here we go. He needs to just go back to USC and leave the fucking NFL alone.
Good grief.
Yeah, because then all he's going to do is be, the Chicago Bears are a ground and pound team. I'll just bring my offensive style over there, and we'll just keep it moving and grooving. And then the Bears will fucking be the first. They will become the first 0-18 team. The Lions are first. They didn't go 0-17.
No, they'll just be the same team that
they'll just be the same fucking team. Either way, and I'm getting sick and tired of it because they were on the secondary TV last week, and they've been on the secondary TV for the last 5 weeks. I'm tired of it, Max. I want to be happy. I want to be happy like a Packers fan. But maybe not so happy very soon once you guys don't have Rodgers anymore. But I digress.
We'll see.
There you go. You have it. NFL, fire stories, everything in between, the wildness that is the second half of every episode of the TTL Pod. Let's wrap it up here, kids. Long show, good show, though. You never put a cap on good conversation. They're starting to get longer, about 2 hours. We always say take the fucking over. Last segment of the day, my Motivation Minutes. All right, here we go. Here we have it. This one is, I'm not going to have anything really additional on this. 3 short questions, thought-provoking questions, maybe a little bit of perspective on each of them, but just kind of rhetorical. I can't take full credit from them. They were from a speech I heard, but I thought they were extremely powerful, and I thought that you guys need to hear about them too and kind of think about applying them to your own life. So, 3 questions today, and mind you, this was actually said by a man who had no arms and no legs, and he asked these 3 questions to the crowd he was speaking to, and he said, "My friends, if you don't know the answers to those 3 questions, you are more handicapped than I." So that really hit me square in the fucking face. You see a guy who's waddling around, not to fucking laugh, with no legs and no arms, and he says something like that. After these questions, it's gonna make you fucking stop. So I couldn't believe it. So here you go, here you have it. Hit me kind of square in the face a couple days ago, and finally found the opportunity to bring it to you guys. So number 1, he asked, "Who are you and what is your value?" Who are you and what is your value? When you look in that mirror, I've talked about it before. When you look in the mirror, are you comfortable with what you see? Can you honestly say the value you bring to this life? Can you say Colton Soroka is, Riley Magnuson is, John Smith is? Can you say that, and are you comfortable with that? Can you comfortably say who you are, or do others define you? Who are you and what is your value? What is your purpose in this life? Kind of goes hand in hand with value. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Are you just in the same monotonous trench rut, disgusting, just same old BS every single day, and you can't say that you really have a purpose? If so, that's probably not good. Maybe we want to start working on some things here, maybe start turning some things around. What is your purpose in life? Maybe that's the most important one here. What is your purpose in life? And question number 3, what is your destiny when you're done here? What is your destiny when you're done here? When it's all said and done, when you've completed the little dash in the middle from the time you were on this earth to the time that you exited, that little dash in the middle, what is your destiny after all that is completed? Do you know the answer to that? Do you have a belief in that? Do you have a thought process behind that? And if you can't honestly, firmly, truly, with all your entire being, unquestionably answer all 3 of those questions without hesitation, I'm sorry, and this is going to cut some of you pretty fucking deep. You don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to be worrying about trying to take care of somebody else. You probably shouldn't have children. I'm sorry if you're fucking 40, 50 years old and you can't answer. It's a stone cold truth. You probably shouldn't be trying to pretend like you're something that you're not on social media. You probably shouldn't be going out to VIP bottle service every fucking Saturday. You probably should get the fuck out of your parents' basement if you can't answer all 3 of those questions. Just some things that kind of pop into the head, and I know they might cut deep. They might cut deep right into you, and I apologize for that, but maybe it's time you needed to hear them. So not a whole lot of additional perspective. Just a little bit of thought-provoking, a little bit of maybe a time to wake up, stupid, for the Wednesday Motivation Minutes here today. But the 3 questions I leave you with, I'll tell them to you one more time and wrap things up here today. Who are you and what is your value? What is your purpose in this life? And what is your destiny when you're done here? And that does it for my Motivation Minutes of the day.
Great stuff, my dude. Great stuff. Again, we are at 2 hours, so I will not add too many of my 2 cents. I mean, I don't know if I can add much 2 cents on top of that, my man. You nailed it on the head.
Appreciate it. Officially, my Motivation Minutes. Okay, let's get out of here. 2 hours long show. Second half, we get good conversation. Ain't no reason to cut off good conversation. So sometimes we just get a little extra wild. So there you go. There you have it. Episode number 195 of the TTL Pod. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode number 196. We'll talk about everything content-wise, rest of the week, what we're doing, yada, yada, yada. Stop by talkingtheline.com or the link tree in this episode's description for everything TTL crew and beyond. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, gamblers, bettors, everyone in between, far and wide, from myself and Mags, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans. Let's get the money train steaming on back down the tracks, lock in all of our best bets of the day so you can say right alongside with us at the end of every single show, let's cash some tickets.